like a little pop-up desk. That's what I'm using right now. So there's like a lightsaber and like some action figures in the background. But my other one has like there's like a freaking thin blue line flag behind it, and I was like, I'm not messing around with that. So we're doing. I got a lightsaber over there, and then action figures over there, and a dog right here.
What type of dog is that?
She's a whatever she is. She's a rescue. So we got her from the Taylor County Animal Shelter in Kentucky, and she's a good girl.
What's her name?
Leia.
Ooh, like Princess Leia?
Yeah, like the princess from Star Wars. Yeah.
All right, we got episode 6 rolling right now. The first one of the year.
So there's been 5 other episodes.
There has. Are you not a super fan? Have you not watched this? Have you not watched this show?
Mac has told me about it, but he hasn't sent me the link to it, so I don't even know how to access it.
Dude, you're on the link. You're in it now.
I'm in it now.
You're a part of the squad, actually. You're a co-host.
That's exciting.
This is our disc golf. Yeah. What are we calling this?
We're just, dude, I don't even know. Tyler, he's done 2 shows, I think, with us.
Yeah, it was the Trey and Tyler show. This is now my second episode.
Yeah, so Mac has the same stake as Tyler does.
Yeah.
This is sad.
But we decided to do a disc golf series, us 3, and we're gonna see how it goes. But the goal of it,
disc golf dingus, episode 1.
Yes, we're the disc golf dinguses. Oh, Trevor, do you have a PDGA number?
I do. Do I need to put it on here?
Yeah, dude.
If you want to, you can. You can kind of flex, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. It's kind of
mine's not a flex at all. Mine's like 230,000 something, I think. It's sad that I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's such a long number that I have to like keep it. I have to like keep it in my phone.
Hey, let me look you up real quick, and I'll get it on there.
Look me up, please.
Lions are driving.
But yeah, we've also got the game stream. This is going to be a little bit of a scatterbrained podcast, but just bear with us.
It's the off season. There's really no pressure.
Yeah. Basically, the goal of this series, though, is to spectate the disc golf scene. What's happening? Bring viewers current events. Trevor, you're 268-826. All right.
That's a high number.
That's crazy.
268-826. Trevor
and Mac only got his PDGA number not super maybe a year before. Or how long have you had yours?
I think I was a PDGA member in 2021.
Okay. So longer than me,
yeah. When did you get yours, Trevor?
October of this past year. So I just recently got it.
Trey, why don't you give us the intro of your Trey has a lower PDGA number than some of the top touring pros right now. That's crazy.
That is kind of wild to think about.
But how's that going for him?
I've got 12 total career events played and 1 event win. So
that's pretty good.
I'm 1-12.
That's not
11.
Bad. Yeah.
That's
solid.
And that win was in a novice division. So I don't like to brag.
They call it MA4 because it's a weapon.
Yeah.
Just like my mid-range.
A weapon.
Okay. Basically, I started off disc golf. I think I first discovered disc golf through the Wii Sports Frisbee golf section. And anyways, one Christmas, it had to have been like around 2012 or 2013. My dad bought my brother, me, and himself a little starter pack from Academy Sports, I think, like an Innova starter pack. And each one came with a leopard, a shark, and an AVR, which is a driver, mid-range, and putter. And that was back when Innova was like the biggest brand in disc golf. And now
Discraft did not exist.
Yeah, disc golf was making just regular ultimate frisbees probably. But yeah, now it's just crazy to see how things have changed. But so yeah, I've been on and off playing since 2012, 2013. I played in a lot of tournaments in high school. I kind of dreamed about seeing if I could get sponsored, but I was too lazy to like video myself playing and stuff like that. So I was like, nah. But yeah, then I told Mac about it. I think that's how you found disc golf, right? Was that
Well, I
kinda...
played one summer. Shout out to Lebanon, Kentucky. They had a little pitch and putt 9-hole course that they installed in like 2010 or 2012. And there was a summer that Dad and I would go and play. So Dad went and got a few discs similar to your dad, and we would go play occasionally. And then we just never played again. I had an Innova Viper, an AVR, and a T-Bird. Those were my 3 discs. But during COVID, you and I had started talking about it again. And I was like, I think there's a new local course. So Lincoln Homestead disc golf course. I went out there with those 3 discs I had. And I had my Innova Viper, and I tried to throw a roller, and it like hit a tree and shattered. It just like, because it was already an old disc when I found it. I didn't even buy that. I just found it on the course. And it shattered. So then I started to ask you, I was like, hey, what about disc? And I was like, what are these flight numbers? What does this mean? And so I bought a West Side King that you recommended. And the first throw, I threw it as hard as I could. And it was their base model plastic, and just wrecked it into the tree. And it never flew right.
It just folded probably.
One. Oh, yeah. I bent the rim pretty good. It looked like a love heart. And I gave that disc away. And then I bought discs from your dad. Shout out to Jeff Wetchen.
Father Wetchen. Disc Golf Jeff, if you want to
Yep.
look him up on Instagram. Disc Golf Jeff.
That's his real handle, right?
Yep. And that's with a PH on golf and Jeff.
Jeff
That's
with
unique.
the P. That's crazy.
But he has 2 F's in real life, but his virtual name is Disc Golf Jeff with PHs.
Okay.
Disc golf, yeah.
PH.
So yeah, he hooked me up, and the rest is history.
What did he send you? Do you know? Do you even play with those discs anymore?
I don't think I throw any of the discs he sold me, but it was like your Mako, another T-Bird that was tie-dyed that I immediately lost in the field.
Love it.
A Fugitive. Vanessa throws that now. So there are discs around, but I ended up selling a lot to like Trevor, Andrew, Patrick.
Yeah, so you got the Rat Pack on it.
Dude, Trevor might actually have the original bag your dad sent me. Did you buy your own Trooper bag, or did you buy it for me?
No, I bought my own.
Okay. I wonder who has that bag. I know it's around.
Probably Andrew had it at one.
Oh, maybe Andrew. Okay. Okay. So it's still around. Yeah. Shout out to Jeff.
Yeah, shout out Jeff.
Have you and y'all? What's y'all's tournament experience? Have y'all played in any tournaments?
4
I know
tournaments.
I know Mac has played in one
and 1 win. Yeah.
How many tournaments and 1 win?
4 tournaments, 1 win.
Oh heck yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Solid KD.
Yeah, and the win was at the Sinks, which was nice.
Oh,
tough
that's in
oddly
Chattanooga.
Strange, tough course. Yeah.
I've played in 2 tournaments. They've both been not good. The first one was slightly less not good than the second one. The second one was in Bardstown, Kentucky, and like a course that I Parkway Baptist disc golf course, like one of my favorite courses. It's such a fun little. It's a really fun little course. Like it's a good time. Nothing too long. I think my average there on UDisc is probably like, 2 under, 3 under. My best I ever did out there was like 8 under. And I went out there, and I think I shot in my tournament on 2 rounds. I think I shot like a 25 over.
Because
nice.
First of all, because that's how it always happens in the tournament. But second of all, it was actually like 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds that day, and I've never dealt with insane winds like that before. So maybe like gusts up to like 30 miles an hour or something. But the wind was blowing super hard all day. And they have some holes that are, island holes and have like a very strict fairway and stuff like that. And, man, they were eating me alive. I would be like 5 or 6 over on a hole. I would get a birdie, and then I would go like 5 over on the next hole, because you'd be like 5 times because I stunk in the wind. But yeah, no, it was fun though. I haven't. Oh wait, I've hosted a couple tournaments also.
yeah, Trevor TD'd 2 tournaments.
Well,
Yeah,
really?
I did forget about that. So I played 4 tournaments, and yeah, let me back that up to sound not as bad as I did previously. I played 4, and then I think in one it was like a big in my first one it was like a big open field thing, and I was also the tournament director, and I finished like 6th out of 25 or 30, and then the last one I did was at the same place. I was also the TD again, and I finished in my division 6th. But these were unsanctioned, so
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
you've yet to play your first PDGA sanctioned, right?
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Okay.
I've not played my first PDGA sanctioned event, so we're kind of 3 different stages right here. I feel like the 3 of us.
Are you guys familiar with like how I guess the sanctioned tournaments and the levels? Like I know you've got the tour,
Yep.
obviously, and then
MPO.
that's considered a class A or tier A.
It's mixed pro open, mixed professional open, and then there's FPO, the female
Yeah.
professional open.
Okay.
So that's like your disc golf pro tour. That's
Right.
those guys. Then you have your MA1, MA2, MA3, MA4, and those are separated by your PDGA ranking number. So basically, a score of 0 to 840 would be considered like the range of if you should play MA4. If you're consistently scoring with your PDGA ranking, that
And
you're
that's
getting.
novice. I
That's
guess it's
novice
changed.
4.
It's changed since I'm not familiar with the M term or those letters.
Oh, the
Because it used to
maybe
be novice,
MA1
rec.
is technically pro, but my thought was that was the highest level of amateur before you get paid. And
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I know that the MA stands for mixed amateur. So
Yeah,
MPO being
I thought it was like, yeah, I thought it was MA4 and then went to MA1, and then there was like one step above that was like pro,
yeah.
maybe, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think we're right. The
And then
disc
what
golf
about
dinguses are right.
okay, so you've got novice, you got rec, which is like I guess the tier above that, which would be MA3,
Yes.
and then MA2 is intermediate, I think, and MA1 is advanced, and then you probably
Yeah.
have your open division.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Your
And then
professional
as
division,
far
yeah.
okay, so that's your skill level for each tournament, and then for tournaments, you've also got different classes of tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got your C tier, right? And then your B tier, which is new.
Yep.
Did it just used to be C and A?
So it's A tier, B tier, C tier, and also flex tier.
And what's flex tier?
That's where you can just show up like from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can start your round, and as long as 3 of you are on a card, you just turn your scores in. So it's a lot less formal. Obviously, their scoring's still the same, the rules are the same, the course etiquette's the same, but you're just showing up and you're like, hey, I'm gonna tee off at 2. So you and 3 other guys who are in the tournament tee off together and keep scores together and finish together. It's just a lot easier with time constraints, and
Okay.
usually they're 1 round. I don't know if there's ever been a 2-round flex tier. And then you go up from there to a C tier, which is usually, it can be a 1 or 2 round, 1-day event usually. B tiers are usually 2-day, 4 rounds. And then A tier would be like your pro level play. It'd be like your 3-round or whatever.
A 3-dayer, essentially.
Yeah.
3 to 4-dayer.
You got to be living in a van to play those.
Just like your typical golf tournament, I guess. Professional golf tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And that's kind of to give our viewers that aren't necessary. Maybe they play disc golf, but they haven't done their first tournament yet. There's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot of info that you can glean off it. If you got any more questions, pdga.com has plenty of different articles and places that teach you all that stuff. So it's full of info. But now to the meat of the podcast. I did like the whole basis of this show is to kind of go over how we think the disc golf pro tour season is going to be and that starts in February, so pretty soon, about a month or maybe less than 3 weeks. And it
Trey,
starts
you want to
right
give
here
us
in
the
Florida.
dates on that first event in Florida?
Yes, so the first state in Florida, let me check this out here. I got to look this up. But it's in Brooksville, Florida at Grand Canyon Golf Course.
Grand Canyon, Florida.
Brooksville, Florida,
It's
Grand
just
Canyon
a ditch.
Golf Course.
Grand
It's
Canyon
a
Golf.
ditch.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
And that's the chess.com invitational. But the dates for that is February 23rd through the 25th. So
who's gonna win that, boys?
I don't know what kind of course it is. I have no idea about. Do we know what kind of course it is at all?
I'm gonna say Anthony Barella based off cool factor.
Cool factor, Anthony Barella.
That's my pick.
Yeah, did you see where they were saying he got kicked out of a Suns game? He didn't really, but the guy that got kicked out of the Suns game looked just like him.
I love that.
No way.
I did not see that, but that's
Yeah.
Hey, can you see this?
I can see it.
Okay.
Grand Canyon.
This
is that without
Grand.
a D? No D.
Yes, no D on the Grand. It's just Grand. Like
Grand Canyon.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just go cover basic course info here. I'm assuming they're gonna play with the long pads, which is 8,078 feet.
That's casual, dude. That's casual.
Yeah. Casual.
Dude, I was looking at some of their holes, and they're. Let me see if I can find this here. Holes. This blue section, I think, is the longest.
The tips. From the tips.
Let's go.
Yeah, 586 feet. It's a long course.
I mean, they seem like pretty reasonable. 522 foot par 3 in Florida. That's an easy bogey for me.
Yeah.
798. Dude, that's crazy.
And these are all mostly flat ground. Just the Florida, which we played at Trey when we were in Florida. What was the course we were playing?
We were playing Ed Austin. It's also known as
Austin.
Four Palms, I think.
Yeah.
And
really
that's
popular.
that's in Jacksonville. Paul Macbeth has been cited there a couple times. Not
Paul Macbeth.
I'm not trying to brag, but I sat behind him in church. In Jacksonville, and sat there thinking all service the question I was going to ask him, and then he and his wife dipped on the last song.
Oh,
so shout out
They're not
Paul.
True Christians.
Shout out Paul.
Come on, Paul.
But yeah, anyways, so this first tournament is going to be par 61. It looks like. I don't know if that changes for the tour or not. I'm used to playing par 54 for the most part.
Yeah.
I think that's just from the course that I grew up on playing.
Mm-hmm.
Which just was all par 3s. But here we've got par 61. It looks like a fairly long course. I mean, there's multiple holes to 700 feet, 600 feet.
Yeah, so. I'm calling AB, honestly. I said that jokingly, but also serious. I think that based off what he did last year, he could win it. Anybody with a big arm is liable to win it on these long, flat courses.
Yeah, I mean,
who is AB? Is that Anthony Barella?
Anthony Barella, yeah.
Yeah, dog.
He's currently ranked 9th.
Yeah, he's a certified dog.
Yeah, so
Matty O.
Yeah, I mean, there's. I wish Matty O would win another one, man. That was electric last year.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was incredible. Like every time we ask this, I'm probably gonna say Calvin Heimberg as somebody that I could see one. I mean, he's just a killer. The dude.
It's also his home state.
It's his home state, and I could see him, but that's going to be like every tournament this year. I could answer. You could answer Calvin Heimberg. You wouldn't be wrong. He's probably going to be in like the top 10, top 20. So like,
yeah,
but yeah, Calvin's incredible. Anthony Barella is a really good pick as well.
Gosh, that's crazy. This guy only won. Oh wait, no, this is for 2024. $1,000.
Yeah, he's currently. Yeah, that was actually. Yeah, I don't. Did he win that?
Is he
tournament
new
right
to
there?
the scene?
No, he's been around a while. He's from Arizona. He's younger. He's in his early 20s or
We need
mid
to send
20s.
you, Mac and I need to send you the video of him at the European Open. You'll love
Melting
it.
down. Had a meltdown of all meltdowns.
Maybe
Oh,
the
really?
worst I've ever seen. Yeah.
Lost it on like the 16th hole.
Not from like an emotional standpoint, but from like missed the island like 10 times in a row and lost the whole tournament.
Dude, I saw this girl. It was an Instagram video, some professional girl. I don't know who it was, but she emptied her bag on an island hole.
Oh,
I mean,
it was
I can't remember who that was.
Katrina Allen.
This girl right
She's
here?
Yeah, she's been having some meltdowns.
Tough, dude.
Career earnings 356,000. Who do y'all have on the women's side winning this first?
Kristen, dude. Kristen.
Let's just
Tatar?
so,
Tatar?
Oh yeah.
Tatter?
I want you
Tartar?
to look at every female event this year and just know that my pick to win it is going to be Kristen Tatar.
Yeah.
Okay. Is she pretty dominant?
The most
Yeah.
ever. Yeah, probably.
The most ever.
She is a
most
very
ever.
serious athlete.
I'll say probably the most dominant female. I mean, Paige Pierce is, she hasn't been playing. She's been injured or whatever, but like Kristen Tatar is on a whole different level. I mean, she's just smoking everybody.
Yeah, it's really not fair. Which I love. Just dominant. She's a beast.
She's just like she's like Drago in Rocky 4. Like all these chicks are in America just like throwing their little frisbees around, pitch and putt, and she's in Estonia in like the snow just freaking jumping in icy lakes and like throwing frisbees 800 feet.
Is incredible. That where she's from?
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Estonia.
Yeah. Estonia.
Is professional disc golf pretty diverse, or is it mostly still just the United States?
No, it's growing big time in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys mentioned a European tour, right?
Yeah, it's one of the. Actually, I think that the Worlds this year is happening in Europe, which was like kind of a big news in the off season. Alden Harris, dude, I would do a lot to have that guy cut his hair. I would actually be a fan of him. Number 13. Great guy. Please cut your hair.
He's got some long hair. Yeah.
Please cut your hair, brother.
Ezra Robinson looks like a young Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, dude.
That's what
this is Brock Lesnar's little boy.
Yeah.
Trevor and I get in on Instagram and just start commenting GIFs of Brock, and he'll like them.
Yeah. he knows.
He knows what's up. He appreciates it.
I'd like to see Ezra Aderhold get a win this year. I like him a lot. And I mean, I think he's
best physique.
Incredible.
Hey, how often do these rankings change? Do they change after every tournament? Like, will they change after this?
I believe that. Yeah, I think that they'll update, and I think I'm not 100% sure. But if you go to the top, we can see the last time this was refreshed.
This was updated September 5th, 2023.
Updates after each pro major and at the end of the season.
Okay.
So we'll have to get through our first I think there were 4 or 5 majors. 4 majors.
It looked like there was more. I can't remember where I saw that. But see, this is a different leaderboard.
Trey with the higher.
Oh, this is the U.S. Tour rankings. Okay, interesting.
Can you guys you guys saw that with this window?
We're seeing United States Tour rankings.
Okay, it won't let me switch windows, but I'll figure that out later. This one's it's like a UDisc DGPT standings 2023. I don't know if that's any different. It looks slightly different, but
so the Disc Golf Pro Tour is the official tour of pro players, but it's all PDGA sanctioned, which is kind of confusing, but
that is confusing.
Yeah.
So does the PDGA have a tour? Or no? Is it just the DGP?
I believe that the major events are like their items, like they own the rights or something to it. And again, if there's anybody possibly listening to this who knows a lot about disc golf, please chime in and just let me know. But I believe that they own the rights and are more involved with the major events. And then all the other elite series, which are just all the other pro tour events, those would be owned by the DGPT, like outright. But then they partner with the PDGA for all the rankings and all that. And there's a lot more that goes into it, but that's kind of the gist.
Whose dog is popping off right now?
Dude, they're going crazy downstairs right now. I guess they're like running around and like wrestling or something. Yeah, but I don't know. Was Paul Macbeth on that list we were just looking at? Because he wasn't.
I think he dropped to 11th.
He was.
Okay, because he didn't even play the DGPT last year, right?
Because he was injured or something?
He got injured. Yeah, he had an injury. He was like nursing. Which actually, Worlds this year is in Lynchburg, Virginia. It is not in Europe because it's at Paul Macbeth. It's at Paul Macbeth's home course, which was again kind of some controversy with that.
So is he allowed to play at those courses that he's owned or created, or?
To my knowledge, he'll be playing.
Yeah, I think I saw
that. Which again, people were upset about that.
I think I saw that he was going to be playing. Yeah.
And is he still with Discraft?
Oh yeah, he's making bank.
That's nuts, man. He's like one of the. I mean, I know he's been around for a long time. I feel like he's one of the fathers of disc golf, even though it's been around for much longer. But
oh yeah, he's Tom Brady of disc golf. I would go so far to say.
Okay.
People love King Climo. I think King Climo gets waxed.
Is he
King
even
Climo
still
gets
relevant?
Waxed, but he's still playing tournaments. But people call King Climo the GOAT. But I'm like, dude, you were playing guys with tube socks and cargo shorts. No, and Paul's out here balling. That's all I gotta say.
I think it's like everything else. I mean, disc golf. You have to look at the time in which it was the most competitive, which is right now. And Paul Macbeth has been dominating for X amount of years or whatever. So, Paul Macbeth is my GOAT for sure. Ken Climo did a lot for the sport, like obviously, but Paul Macbeth he's the guy in my opinion.
Do you think we see a climb in Paul Macbeth's rankings over the course of this season, or do you think he's kind of on the downside of his career?
Is he?
He's got 4 more years.
He's playing the DGPT this year. That's right. He's playing the Pro Tour.
Yeah, he'll be playing. Yeah, he's gonna play.
How big is the roster for the Pro Tour?
How many?
I thought it was only like how many cards 9 each.
Give? They sell, or they don't sell, but you earn your tour spot. So they also rearranged how you're going to earn your tour card this year. Whereas the Silver Series events, which used to go towards your pro rankings, or like the Elite Series points, because with everywhere that you finish in the season, you get points that go towards your standings at the end of the season. And Silver Series, which were kind of B tiers of the pros, or it would be FBS football versus FCS football, and the Silver Series being FCS. Now those Silver Series are play-in series, so that you can get a tour card, or that you get the chance to get a tour card, basically. And I know that I'm not saying that completely correct, but it used to be that you could play enough Silver Series to qualify for a tour card, but now it's going to take a win at the Silver Series to get a tour card, if that makes sense. So it's just more exclusive. But on that note, I got to drop off, fellas. But
you out of here.
Keep moving the ball. Keep moving the ball. Talk it up.
Dude, I'm watching the 49ers. I'm watching the Lions. Yeah.
Hopefully,
I don't think. I think we've pretty much covered everything disc golf. I mean, the season is not started yet, so
yeah. Well, this is just a warm up for our listeners. we're gonna come with more agendas as actual tournaments happen.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I'll have some shade to throw for sure. It'll be fun.
All right, go enjoy the game.
Guest appearance right here. Micah Davis. He's played disc golf one time.
Oh, wow. It's inverted.
This guy works
Big
out with
Micah
Rick Froning.
Davis.
I have done that. But when
My
I played
boy.
disc golf, I threw a driver into a tree, and
It never came down.
I couldn't get it down.
Yeah.
So that was my disc golf experience.
Nice job.
Sad.
You
He
might
did
have
a
killed
nice
a
job.
squirrel.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, he probably did. Probably
Yeah.
did. All right, boys.
All
Good
right.
meeting you guys.
Peace out.
Good meeting you guys.
C-Mac.
Peace.
Hey, Trevor, I got a quick question for you.
Yeah, you're good. I'm here.
So I was scrolling through Facebook earlier today, and I saw you shared a memory of you getting to meet Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
And there's a few different pictures that was in this post, but you look like you're in a mask.
I was, yeah.
And you guys touched face to face.
Right. That's what he does.
Oh, okay.
So his thing was like, which is funny that we're talking about this because I used to be a massive wrestling fan, and I'm wearing a Royal Rumble shirt right now,
Nice.
but I'm not really into professional wrestling anymore. Like I liked it as a kid, and occasionally like I'll go down a rabbit hole and I'll watch a bunch of old matches and stuff like that, but I don't keep up with it these days. Like I'm not an active wrestling fan, but I loved it as a kid. And so we went to Friday Night SmackDown, which was in Lexington, Kentucky, and I think I was like 10 or 11 years old is when I was into it, and Rey Mysterio was my favorite guy. So if you got seats there next to the entrance or whatever when he would come down there, everybody that was wearing a Rey Mysterio mask, he would like go up to him and like put his head together. You put your heads together, and I think he asked me, he was like, "Are you ready to win?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like 11 years old or something. I was hyped. And then after the match, he gave me his wristband that he was wearing.
No way.
Yeah, he was walking out and he reached out and he gave it to me. So that was exciting. That was a great memory. That was a great moment for me as a child.
So did he ask everybody that he touched heads with, are you ready to win? Do you think that there is the same message, or do you think you were like unique?
I think I mean, I think he's probably saying something similar to everybody. I don't know though. I always wondered, like, I didn't know what he was saying to people. I didn't know what it even was, but I was like, I'm gonna get a mask and I'm gonna sit in the entrance and I'm gonna find out what he's telling people.
So it's only to people who have his mask.
Yeah, it was like what he did. I guess it was like to share a moment with his biggest fans. Yeah,
dude, that's hilarious. Did you ever go to any more with your mask, and like, did you see him again? And he
I did not. No, that was my one time. It's funny. So like I said, I was huge into wrestling. So when I was a kid, and I actually went for my birthday, I wanted to go to this like backyard like wrestling thing, and I saw a flyer for it somewhere or something, and I was like, I want to go see live wrestling. So my dad was like, okay, we'll take you to this live wrestling thing, like that'll be cool for your birthday or whatever. We went out there, and it was in like a barn, and they had just like random, like they had like an old recliner, like an old couch, like a folding chair, like a lawn chair, just all lined up around this like makeshift ring, and they were all fighting, and it was like it was insane. It was like backyard hillbilly wrestling, and whenever I left, my dad I still loved it. Like I was still super into it, but whenever we left, my dad felt so bad. He was like, I'm gonna get him tickets to like a big event, and that's what ended up happening.
So he felt guilty for taking you to this like fake wrestling match.
Yeah, to this
Class D,
to this really janky wrestling match. Yeah, with just like these old dudes in like cut off jeans just going crazy.
That's hilarious.
And then he was like, I'm gonna take him to see like the legit thing. So it was great. It's a good memory.
Did anybody ever try and like burst your bubble and be like, hey, pro wrestling's fake?
No, because
Do
I
you
knew
think
it
it's
was,
fake?
I knew it was fake.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about it is I think so. I knew it was fake. I knew it was scripted. But still, like all of the stuff those guys are doing, like
Yes.
going through tables and stuff, slamming each other, slamming their face, like hitting each other with chairs, like that stuff's real.
Yeah,
Like,
that's real. Yeah.
yeah, it's scripted per se, but like it's real. They're doing that stuff to each other, and it's taking like a toll on their body. But kids, I guess people would try to say it was fake, but like I said, I always knew it was fake. I just enjoyed the show. Like I enjoyed it anyway. So,
It was good
I,
entertainment.
yeah, I still do to an extent. Like I'll put on old matches and stuff, and I'll be like, this is still pretty sick, dude. Guys going through tables, crazy.
You ever been to a UFC match?
I've not, and I am a really big UFC fan. So, Mac and some of my other buddies went one time, and I would have loved to have gone. I couldn't, but they went to one, and I would love to go to one. I'm actively like watch the schedule and see which ones are going to be close because I am a huge UFC fan. So I'd love to get to one of those.
How
Have you been
close?
to one?
No, I'm not. I there's been a couple in Jacksonville. There was one in Jacksonville this past year. I
Uh-huh.
just didn't get tickets. We didn't have enough money. Dude, they're so expensive, but
Oh yeah,
it's hard to
yeah,
justify paying that, but I would love to go. Next time there's one in Jacksonville. Next time
yeah.
UFC comes to Jacksonville, I'm definitely getting tickets.
Dude,
What's
get
the
together.
closest place that they have UFC where you're at?
Oh man, like so back in the day, I say back in the day, like I think this was like 2012, 2013 or something maybe. My dad and my uncle, they were into it. They went to an event in Memphis one time, Memphis, Tennessee. Uh, and I don't know if they've been back there, but that's about, I'm wanting to say that was probably like 3-4 hours away. And then, no, probably more than that. It was like 4 hours away. But I think the one that Mac went to might have been in, it was somewhere weird. It was like Columbus, Ohio or something maybe.
Oh, really? They went all the way up there?
I think so. Maybe Columbus, maybe, I don't know. It was a city in Ohio. It wasn't Cincinnati. I don't think it was Cleveland. It was a city that it was Columbus, maybe Dayton. I don't know. It was
Okay.
somewhere like that. But yeah, they went. They went. That was just a free. That was like a fight night. So it wasn't their pay per view. It
Yeah.
was a fight night thing.
Dude, I need to watch it again. I haven't watched it in a while. Like I don't know who's doing good. I don't know what
Yeah,
fights are coming up.
yeah. UFC 300's coming up. That'd be a good place to get back on.
Who's fighting?
Well, I don't know the main event yet, but the fight card is pretty stacked. Charles Oliveira is fighting, who's a big lightweight right now. Um, I think that Max Holloway and I think Justin Gaethje are fighting. Um, yeah, there's some good dudes that are fighting, but I started watching back in 20 around the same time that I was into wrestling, so like 2010 or something.
Oh,
Uh,
really? That long ago?
yeah, I was watching it before it was kind of cool because my dad and my uncle they were into it, like they were early into it, and so I
You know who
watched.
Kimbo Slice is?
Oh yeah, I watched his first fight on pay per view. Yeah,
Really?
I was like, we bought that pay per view. I watched it. Yeah.
Dang.
Um,
R.I.P.
Yeah, RIP, cool dude. But yeah, I've been watching it for a while, and I got out of it for a little while too, and then I got back into it, and I got Mac and some of my other buddies into it. Now we all love it. So
Yeah, dude. When Mac lived with us, we watched. It got to the point where like we were pretty much watching it every single Saturday, and that was
yeah,
like what we would look forward to on Saturday. And we'd bring over a bunch of guys from church,
oh
and it would
yeah,
just be like a guys fight night, and we'd stream it from like some stupid website.
yeah, like illegally, yeah,
Yeah, but like I was watching it enough to see guys fight again. Like you know how there's such a big rotation and so many guys on this UFC card.
Yeah.
So I was able to watch. I forget Wonder Boy's real name.
Stephen Thompson. Yeah.
Yeah, Stephen Thompson. I remember he fought. He had a good fight earlier in the spring of 2023. I forget who he was fighting though, but
Yeah.
dude, it was just fun to watch him, and then just get so into it. You got to, like, he would post on social media the day after. You get to see his face and like how his body just took the damage, and then he's fighting like 3 months later, and it was just cool to start to keep up with those athletes.
Yeah, no, it's a really cool thing, and I enjoy it a lot. Like, I have UFC Fight Pass, so that's kind of like their subscription service or whatever. But basically, it gives you access to like a bunch of exclusive events that might just be like kickboxing or grappling or just lower level MMA stuff that's not UFC, and then it also gives you access to watch like. I can go back and watch like any pay-per-view that's ever happened. Yeah, from UFC 1 to UFC what it is now, like 297 or whatever. So so that's a cool feature. Like, I go back and I watch fights from when I was a kid, and watch my favorite guys fight. Like, my favorite fighters ever, I'll go back and I'll watch all their fights from the beginning, stuff like that. So pretty cool.
Dude, that's pretty. How much is that? Is it like a yearly thing?
So, this was at Christmas. They had like a promo code that they did, where you got it. You paid $30 and you got it all year, which was like a really good deal.
Yeah.
But now I think it's probably like $10 a month or something now. I'm not sure though. I paid, like I said, at the end of last year and used a little promo code. So, but yeah, I mean, I like it, and I've started. I was talking to you a little bit. I've started training jiu-jitsu, and that makes it even cooler because you're in a community of people that are into that stuff. So you watch the fights. Like, the gym that I go to even has like a server that they'll stream the fights on, and you can join like a virtual watch party thing, and like, it's just cool. It's like you become a part of that community a little bit, and it's really cool to watch it and be able to relate to it a little more. So.
Oh yeah, and like when Mac lived with us, he was obviously practicing BJJ as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to I think he competed in one tournament while he was down here. Yeah. And we were able to go watch that, and like, I just learned so much from just watching him. And then when we would watch the UFC fights, he would, like, the commentators obviously knew what they were talking about, but Mac also knew what they were talking about and like what was going on within the fight. And so you kind of grow like a new appreciation for it, because it's not just dudes beating each other up like I used to think that was happening. And now it's like, okay, you can appreciate their discipline, because a lot of guys come from different backgrounds. Some are Brazilian jiu-jitsu, some are karate. Some have both, some have a bunch of different disciplines. So it's just cool to see which backgrounds people come from, and then how they match up with other people of different backgrounds.
Right. And you really appreciate too, like you said, it's not just two guys beating the heck out of each other. Like, one comes out and they're like, this guy is a jiu-jitsu black belt, and like, I'm a white belt. Like, I'm just starting out. So you see that and you're like, that's like, at least 10 years of dedication to this specific craft. That's like at least 10 years, maybe 12 years, 15 years for some guys. Like, that's those guys have been training forever, and they're insane at what they do. So yeah, it's cool. You gain a whole new appreciation. It's pretty neat. So,
did Mac say that, or I think I heard Mac correctly, but he said that you tore your meniscus?
Yeah, I did.
Doing jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, so that was before I actually joined a legitimate gym. I've always kind of like dabbled in jiu-jitsu and stuff, like my buddies and I, and we've kind of known enough to go and roll around and try to submit each other and stuff like that. But in one of those instances, I went to a little gym they have near us in Bardstown. It's not really like they have like some higher belts there that are good instructors and stuff, but it's not like a legitimate gym. And I went and messed my knee up, tore my meniscus, and then couldn't run on it for a while, couldn't do a lot of lower body stuff for a while, so that stunk. I was like basically laid up for a few months, and still get sore every now and then, but we're hopefully on the other side of that now. So
when you were going through what do they call the academy for state trooper stuff? Like when you're
just the state police training academy or whatever
did they make you do any type of like combat training? Because I have a buddy down here who's in the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department. He's a policeman down here, or officer. I don't know what you guys call yourselves.
Yeah.
But anyways, they had him do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he got like a member, like he, as an officer, he was able to go to this gym. I don't know, maybe it was at a discounted price or for free. I don't know. But you guys were you guys training for that at all?
We train jiu-jitsu at the academy. The academy is like such a whirlwind of different things that you have to learn and do that it's kind of not the greatest learning environment for something like that. Like it's not regimented. It's not, you're not getting like the longest lessons that you could be getting, and you're not necessarily focused because you're away from your family and all this stuff. But we trained at the academy a little bit. And the gym that I go to now offers a discount for law enforcement, and then it's in Louisville, Kentucky, and the agency up there, Louisville Metro Police, they actually get to go for free to the gym.
Shoot!
Yeah, that's super cool. But I don't get to do that, but I get a discount with my agency. So yeah.
How long basically when you're in the academy, they only teach you a handful of moves, right? I mean, that's all they can teach, really.
Yeah, I mean,
just basic stuff.
The academy is such a, like, you're learning the law, you're learning your agency's policy, you're learning a bunch of stuff in the classroom. You're also being smoked, so you're being forced to do push-ups and pull-ups and planks and all the stuff, all the military stuff where you get in trouble and they whoop you or whatever, but you learn. BJJ is such a small part of that because you also have to learn how to shoot, you have to learn how to drive, you have to learn how to use the different tools on your belt, your taser, stuff like that.
They teach you how to drive, like.
Yeah. You have a whole driving week where you kind of you have to go to a open lot, or they set up courses with cones and stuff, and you have to be able to like maneuver the police car and that sort of thing. So yeah. As
you're going 80 miles per hour.
We never went that fast on the, but we did a little pursuit thing where we went to a racetrack and we chased a car around.
Dude, that's sick. Wait, how long is this train? How long is the overall academy for?
It's 6 months for.
Oh shoot!
Okay. Yeah. So it and it's the state police academy is pretty militaristic with their approach. So
it's like basic training essentially.
To an extent, like I don't want to compare us to them or anything,
sure.
But certain elements of that, yeah, like they're going to be tough on you. They're going to make you have to make your bed and have the inspections, and you get smoked, you're doing push-ups, you're getting screamed at, they're in your face, like all that stuff, and yeah, you're away from home for 6 months. You come back. So you come back Friday nights, and then you'll have to be back there Sundays, sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon. But yeah, it's tough, man. It takes a little bit to get through it, but it's the best thing you'll never want to do again. That's what they all say. So,
do you have anybody that you work with that you graduated with there?
Yeah,
Or
actually,
like, do you keep up with anybody?
yeah. So my class got, I think we graduated 71, and I think I work with 8 guys that were, so 8 guys from my class came to the post that I'm at now. So
And how many guys are on your post or squad?
troopers, like just straight up road troopers like I am, I think we have like 26, 27, something like that, which we're covering. My post covers 11 counties, so quite a few counties.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah. Um, but no, it's pretty, it's cool. It's a job that I enjoy, and the academy is a tough place, but it was worth it. So
What's the I mean, I guess you had to get interviewed and stuff, right? It wasn't just like you get to sign up and go.
yeah. Dude, this screen is going crazy right now.
I know. I've got it playing on my phone, and like your light matches my phone.
Yeah,
It's
well,
so funny.
when it's when it's like when it's the actual game, it's pretty like straightforward. Like the light stays the same.
Yeah.
But it'll go to like a commercial. That commercial just had like strobe lights and was like
Yeah, dude,
flashing
it's
in
like
my
a
face.
freaking club.
Yeah, that was insane. But yeah, no, the whole process for joining the state police is like I started. So you fill out an application, you send an application, a recruiter gets in touch with you. You have to do like a PT test and get a certain score on a PT test to make sure you're in physical shape. You have to do, a trooper has to come out and do a home visit for you. You have to do
No
an
way,
oral.
dude. They go visit
Yeah,
your house.
yeah. You have to do an oral.
What does that even look like? Are you allowed to share that?
When a trooper when they come and visit your house.
Yeah, like how in depth is this search? Like, what are they even looking for?
So,
Do they
and
make
it's
sure you cut
funny.
your grass?
Uh, Maybe some might. I don't know, but for me, all it was like he came in and looked around and was like, well, it was like everything was kind of orderly or whatever. But they also sit down and they talk with me, and then he talked with my wife and he talked with my mom, and that's kind of the last thing that happens because they're telling your family about like expectations when you're at the academy and stuff like that, and they're like, he's going to be tired, he's going to be he's going to be disgruntled or whatever. You just need to keep pushing him to go back. So just stuff like that. My trooper's a really good guy. I'm still good friends with him to this day.
So
And
he's acting kind of like a mentor in your occupation.
yeah, he is. And he's a good dude. So it doesn't necessarily always work that way. Like some guys just do their background checks as part of their job, and that's it. They go on about their life. But this guy, I ended up coming to his post, so we've been pretty close the whole time.
Okay, so it can be someone who you may never see again.
Yeah, it can be like if you were to get sent to a different post or something, like, yeah, it could be somebody that's not even that close to you or anything. But mine worked out to where my dude was cool when he was checking on me, and I still know him well. So
That's cool.
yeah,
And
for
so
sure.
is that all he does? Is like, I mean, is he actively patrolling too, or does he just kind of go through the onboarding process of
So
getting new troopers?
he at the time he was still patrolling. He was still just a normal trooper at the time. Now he's actually our public affairs officer. So he he does all the public affairs stuff. Like he's the one that's going to get interviewed. He's the one that's going to send out stuff to the media, stuff like that. He's doing all
Okay.
like shop with a trooper. All the community events that we do. He's in charge of those. But they're mostly just like they'll give them to just normal troopers who are on the road, and they do like a full-fledged background check on you and all that stuff. So yeah, man.
Crazy stuff.
Yep.
Well, I don't want to keep you on here for too long. I appreciate your
Oh,
time.
you're good, no problem. I'm happy to be on anytime you need me. So
All right, cool.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the disc golf thing. Hopefully we'll have some more info for everybody later
Yeah,
on. But
yeah.
I also want to
Well,
have you on and talk with my officer friend from Jacksonville
Mhm.
and kind of compare state troopers to police
Yeah, they'd be
officers.
from Florida. Yeah, that'd be cool. So,
So, and we can maybe
but-
hear more stories and stuff next time.
yeah,
If you
right,
like that stuff.
right. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir. Hey, go Lions, baby.
Go Lions. I'll see
See
you.
you, man.